Hello and welcome to another update video about FET. Now on the FET chart we continue to see selling pressure, so there is no evidence that a low has formed. I mentioned it already in the last video, I think it was, that obviously the low could be in, right? I mean, this wave 4 could have bottomed here on the 13th of April. Due to the height of that wave 4, it's absolutely possible. And I see decent probabilities that we are in the yellow wave count. It's just simply that so far the price hasn't formed an impulse to the upside. Maybe this C wave here, yeah, in the white count, which we label an A, B, C. But the problem is it reached only the 100% extension level. So looking at the internal structure, that's a perfect target for a C wave. So I can only count that as a corrective rally, okay? And would need to see more to really clearly favor that a low has formed. It is possible though, which is why I already added a position recently. But if we come down lower again, which I'd like very much, because then we could, or at least I could buy a little lower before it really starts the fifth wave to the upside. Well, if it goes a little lower, then we would have to work with the white scenario. And then I think a test of the $1.58, $1.59 level is quite likely. And this $1.58, $1.59 level might then be the, well, that's sort of the last, could be the support level for the last low, all right? So we might see that one more low here, and it is possible that the fifth wave unfolds as an ABC structure. That's how this entire move down looks. Why? Because if this here was a third wave top on the 10th of March, then we have an A wave down, a B wave rally, and a C wave down. The 1-2 is very small. The 4 is quite large. Doesn't really look right, but in an expanding diagonal, it is possible, okay? And well, the alternative would be that I label that as a WXY with an overshooting X wave, and then this is an A, B, C. Not much better as well. So, you know, both are pretty, it's messy business here, this micro counting. So also, yeah, anyway, this goes too far. I mean, A, B, C would be sort of what I'm looking for this fifth wave. Here we need to consider that maybe the small B wave might extend a little bit higher before we come down in wave C. It takes a break below $2 to more clearly favor the white count. And it would be confirmed with a break below $1.85, because that would be a formal invalidation point for the yellow microstructure as it is here on the chart. Okay, so the yellow microstructure allows for the low to have been established, but for anybody who's familiar with Elliott wave, it would only be possible as a diagonal pattern, and these diagonal patterns are just highly unreliable, so we can't really trust them. Typically I say that, yeah, you can't trust diagonals, so what we typically do, I'm labeling them, I show the potential, I show the relevant pivots, I show the targets, but we can't really trust them. Mindset is very important here. And that also leads then to maybe, you know, paying more attention to risk management and just not being surprised if support breaks. And bear in mind, I mean, the most reliable support area is the larger one here, with support all the way down to $1.27. So we have two more levels to look at, $1.27 and $1.58. And there is still plenty of potential for the price to morph in this structure, in this micro structure, of course. Now, if we take a look then at the yellow scenario, it would really, it would have been ideal, you know, for this low on Saturday to have been the B wave low of wave 3, because then a C wave could have started to the upside of wave 3 in a diagonal. Again, we need 5 waves up to minimally $3.35 to confirm that the wave 4 has bottomed. If we don't even get to $3.07, the 1.38 extension, yeah, I only see this as a corrective rally. It's difficult, right? So it's all about, okay, what's the range? This is the target area for the next move up. That has been established already 1 or 2 weeks ago. The support area has been on the chart since we started that correction, and you can just use those parameters to trade, right? And they are currently being respected. The overall bullish assumption is valid and reasonable, I would say, as long as the $1.27 level is holding. I don't see the price necessarily come down to 127. even though it's possible, but 158 would be the next 158 would be the next support level really to watch. Okay, so we can still turn around here in the yellow count, but below $2 you would start to see shift probabilities more towards a C wave decline in wave 5 of the white count, but that then could be the last one. So it's sort of what I'm watching. Yeah, and then obviously, you know, when can we say the yellow count is moving? I think what would help a break above this trend line. I don't actually have it drawn very, yeah. I mean, for a diagonal, we only have 2 touch points, so it's not very reliable. So pay attention to the trend line, specifically also here the wave 4 high at $2.67, because that shouldn't really happen in this fourth wave, okay? Yeah, that's my update about FET. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.